Are posing as grandchildren to scam the elderly out of thousands of dollars, and it almost worked on one local couple. Now, Kristen Keogh talked to that family today, and Kristen, the con artists were so convincing the grandparents almost sent $10,000 to them?
Yes, $10,000. The checkbook was out. That person called saying that they were the grandson and that they needed bail money, and the family contacted us so that we can show you what not to fall for.
She answers the phone and it's a child's voice sounding like my 13-year-old, and he says, "Hi, Grandma." And she says, "Well, your voice sounds a little different," but he says, "Oh, there's something going around school."
Becky Galvazon explained to me that the caller then asked her 69-year-old mother-in-law where her grandson Cameron was. The answer? The Vista Detention Center.
We were pulled over for speeding and there was cocaine in the car.
While Cameron was actually on a walk with his mom, another person got on the line telling Grandma to wire money to a TD bank account in New York.
He goes on to explain that, it's a drug case and he needs $10,100 in order to get Cameron out of jail.
The number was blocked and Grandma was convinced Cameron needed help.
They will call you and they will play on your emotions.
I want you to know how easy it is for anyone to call using a blocked number. I'm going to show you a common tactic using my cell phone to call my desk phone. Typically, scammers will just dial *67 before they dial the actual number. That way, when their call goes through, it shows up anonymous. A family friend showed up just in time to stop this victim from sending the money, but Becky feels sick knowing her in-laws almost threw away their savings.
I don't want anybody to lose their money to these losers.
And to protect yourself, the Attorney General's office says you have to resist the urge to act quickly. You cannot just send that money. They recommend asking personal questions that only your actual grandchild would know, like where were you born, what is your pet's name, and also they're probably going to say, don't tell my parents, you're going to get me in trouble, but you really do need to contact the parents and find out where that child is. For the Now, I'm Kristen Keogh.
All right, thanks, Kristen. Yeah, they really are convincing, and I actually have personal experience with this. This happened to my own grandfather. He said someone had called him, same thing, sounded exactly like me, or if he sounded a little different, said they had something wrong with their voice, they were yelling, and told my grandfather that he was in jail and needed money.
That you were in jail,
that
right?
I was in jail and needed money, and he felt guilty about it, and luckily he did not fall for this.
Did he call you right after and say, hey,
well, he
are
couldn't
you
get a
okay?
hold of me. I was at work, so he couldn't get a hold of me. He was panicked. I talked to him a few hours later, and this really shook him up. But he's like, "I'm sorry, I don't have the money to give." And thank goodness he didn't, because they're asking for a huge sum of cash.
And that makes sense. If they can't get a hold of you, they might think that it's legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, frightening indeed.